It's a very good team. Top 25 in one poll, 5-0. They go to Vanderbilt and win at Vanderbilt. For us to come out there and rebound the way we did and play the way we did, and really get effort from guys that haven't given us a lot of numbers yet, is the true sign of the team getting better. So I'm real proud on that level.
The guys haven't given you much yet. Steven played 2 minutes last night, not scored. Tonight he has a big game. You have to want him off the bench as well. Can you talk about what a lift those 2 gave you?
You know what, I leaned over to Wayne Morgan during the game and I said, I really hope we win this game because it'll be a great lesson in teamwork. Steven Wilconey is a sophomore, hasn't played much, has been a little frustrated, but he hasn't complained. He just kept coming to practice and working hard, staying positive. And then he got his opportunity tonight, and it worked. And when that happens, it builds chemistry, it builds teamwork, and I'm real proud of his effort.
What do you think was the difference with Wilconey? Because you mentioned he's struggled a little bit, struggling in practice, been frustrated, but today looked like a completely different player, showed off great athleticism that he obviously has. His best performance, perhaps, with Hofstra. What do you think was the main difference today?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's about matchups, and that just happened to be a really good game for him. And we were a little tired from the night before. He had a big guy that he could bang with all night, and he just matched up well with them. And we played a lot of man-to-man, and we did a good job. And he just again, it's a great lesson in teamwork. It's a great lesson for a team to get better when a guy who hasn't played comes off and really helps you win.
You mentioned in your post-game last night the difficulty trying to get ready for URI's pressure. In a way, did they help you get ready for Cleveland State's pressure?
Absolutely. I think they did. I think last night having to face pressure all the time, if we hadn't and had done a quick turnaround to do that tonight, I think we probably would have struggled a little more. So I think we got to give a little extra point to Rhode Island. Yeah.
You doubled up Cleveland State in rebounding, 38-19, held them to 40% shooting. To your team's 51. How much pride do you take in those numbers?
That's an incredible thing. Casey, how much we struggled to rebound last year, and we talk about it every day. For us to go out against a team that's that good and that well coached, out rebound them, is just a real credit to our guys.
When you're rebounding the way you do and defending the way you do, they can't press you, can they?
No, and you know what? We've got some quickness. We really do. We have some. If we break that pressure, we got some quickness. We just got to do a little better job finishing around the basket. Once we do that, we're going to be really successful.
How much of a motivational victory is this to go into your final game tomorrow against BU?
Well, it's one of those games we had to have, and BU is a very good team. We're going to have our hands full. A quick turnaround tomorrow. We're going to have to get some efforts from some different guys tomorrow, and then hopefully get home and get ourselves relaxed and rested and get ready for the league.
Can you talk about maybe the challenges that a team like Cleveland State faces, where they have a big win early in the year, they gained some notoriety, and now instead of being the hunters, they're going to be the hunted for teams like
that played in our favor tonight a little bit. It really did. I think that they kind of got away with one yesterday a little bit. BU played very well, and then I think we came out once we kind of hung in there early and got a little momentum. I think that they were a little tight, but they're going to win a lot of basketball games. That's a very good team, a very well coached team, and but it played into our favor. The stars kind of lined up for us tonight.
For the most part of the season, you've been sticking with the 2-3 zone. Today you went a lot of man-to-man. What was the mindset behind it?
Game time decision. I usually write 2 up on the board when we start, which is our zone. And I just said, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's go out and try to guard them and see if we can set the tempo early, and it worked tonight.
And then you made a nice switch back to the 2-3 midway through the second half.
We tried to, yeah, we did. We mixed it up a little bit, tried to keep them off balance. And what it did is it took some time off the clock, which helped us out.
How about that last possession, dragging down 3 offensive boards? I have to imagine you were extremely impressed with that, burning off a minute and a half or so.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, that's a real credit to how hard our guys worked and how badly they wanted to win the game. That was a really happy locker room. And as a coach, it's not just about winning; it's about getting better. And tonight we got better.